Unverferth is a big family name in this area, and it's always been that way. We've kind of always grown up to have that environment around us.
We are a very family-oriented, customer-oriented company. That's always been my dad's philosophy.
Grandpa's personality was very respectful. He was respectful to every person he met, didn't matter who they were, and everyone that I ever saw interact with him treated him with the utmost respect.
Richard was a self-made man, very much a businessman. You talk about a man of integrity, a member of the greatest generation.
Being a Depression-era child, you know, he was born in 1923, so he was of age to, you know, recognize how serious the Depression was.
That was bad.
That was back in the Depression time. It was tough.
It was tough. We all hung together.
We worked through it.
Yes, and we all hung together. If somebody needed help, we were there to help them.
I think that is probably what motivated Dad to want to get involved and be his own boss, to service, I mean, the community, the farmers.
I would thank him. He was a hell of a mentor for all of us. He made us who we are today. I started mowing when I was 10 years old. I was in the shop by the time I was 16.
I started out mowing lawns here and at my grandma and grandpa's to start. And then I grew an interest for what it was here, so I kind of came in the doors that way.
I think my first job out here was mowing the grass and pulling weeds and doing that kind of thing just because, you know, our mom and dad felt that, you know, we needed to understand what work was.
Dad asked me if I wanted a little job, so I took the nuts off the bolts for 2 cents a box, so that's what I did. That was my first job.
So I remember my mom answering the phone, her typing the statements, us folding the statements, and having to put, you know, stuff them in envelopes, and that's my first memory of Unverferth.
Married the youngest daughter of Lawrence Unverferth, Lawrence and Loretta's, 66 years ago. And I worked for Lawrence with dual wheels and front end hitches for tractors. They're just good people, period. I'm glad I'm in the family.
One of the things Grandpa stressed is, you know, being a good person, being down to earth, being humble, no matter who you are or what your last name is.
To me, he was just a regular guy that was like, oh, we have this place where we build stuff, but you wouldn't have known difference just talking to him. It's like, I didn't know, and for the longest time, that Unverferth was the business it was and how successful it was.
I think that he would be amazed with the group of people that we have in place right now in all of our positions of what we can accomplish. You know, he set that in motion.
Well, this was a family business, and that is one of the factors that intrigued me to move up here with our family.
Looking back at what Richard did, and I know Steve and currently Larry and the other Unverferth family members, their involvement with Unverferth manufacturing has been phenomenal.
The family integration at the corporate level, and even, you know, when I work with corporate and we're meeting here at the plant, it's a very family atmosphere, and they engage all levels or all members of the family in their decision making. That says a lot about the company and a lot about the family.
There's a culture here of being a family and wanting the product to be good, wanting the service to be good, and the family's been able to see that through and make sure that that continues generation after generation, and that ultimately helps the company thrive over the long term.
I would like to see my kids work here. I got one son right now, so I would like to kind of see him follow up in the same footsteps as well.
I'm sure it's a challenge at times. That just kind of goes with the territory of being an Unverferth, right? And they're all trying to prove themselves and their worth, and they do a great job of it.
I think the camaraderie and the cooperation that we have with each other is still very strong.
It's all about that next generation of employees, family members that are going to step up and help continue this thing on.